Now, let's talk about the demographic condition of India. That is about the population, the growth of population and other factors which actually affect the population of the country. The first population census was collected by the Britishers in India in the year 1881. Of course, it had various limitations, but one fact that came out was that there was great unevenness in the population of the country. When we talk of the demographic stage in India, we divide it into two stages. The first stage before 1921 and the second stage after 1921. What we know of the demographic condition of India at that time was that neither the population of India was very high nor the rate or the growth of population in India was very high at that time. That is, both of them were actually low. And other social development indicators also were not very encouraging. Now, what are those social development indicators? That is the literacy level of the country and about the public facilities being provided to the people, about the mortality rate, about the life expectancy, about the condition of poverty in the country. So, those also did not seem very encouraging. When we go into detail about it, we see that the literacy level of the country in India was only 16%. That is, only 16% of the population in India at that time was educated. There was poor public facilities provided to the people, and most of the population of India did not even have any public facility as such. And those who had it also had it as very poor public facilities. The mortality rate in India was very high at that time, especially the infant mortality rate, because of various waterborne and airborne diseases. The life expectancy of an Indian was 32 years compared to 63 years now, and there was so much of poverty in the country that one cannot even talk about it. Though the demographic census, the demographic graph at that time does not give us any indication of the poverty of the country, but it was all clear by other indicators that India was living under extreme poverty. So, the demographic condition of India was also not very encouraging, was not very bright. It was a very grim situation for the country, wherein everything seemed to be going low and low everywhere. So, the Britishers did nothing to improve the living condition of the Indians at that time. Their sole motive was exploitation and exploitation alone. But the only good thing that happened at this time was that we came to know about something called as demographic or census in India, by which we could calculate as to where we should develop, which areas need more of our concern. That was the real encouraging output which we saw at this period.